Hey guys, welcome. Welcome aboard. If you're brand new, welcome back. If you are not, and welcome home. If that works for you, today we are going to talk about what's up this week. This week being the 10th through the 16th of June, 2024. We're talking about energy, we're talking about astrology, all those good things. Just basically how we can be more prepared for this week and this life in general. Let's get on it. Monday the 10th of June, we have only one aspect, a Leo moon sextiling Mercury in Gemini. So the key here is that we may very well still be feeling the weight of that Saturn squaring the new moon, Sun, Moon, Venus, right? All of those energies. So you may just want to keep your roll a little bit slowed and mind the caution tape. Just kind of allow yourself a day to get ready for the upcoming Pluto-Mars square that's happening on Tuesday, and the rest of some scrutinizing energy that we have the rest of the week. So on Monday, particularly mind your mouth, right? You have plenty of charm available to you. Don't use it manipulatively or with an agenda. Just be real and trust you're real, okay? On Tuesday, the 11th, Venus in Gemini sextiles Chiron. That Leo moon is going to quincunx Saturn and sextile the Sun. And at 8:21 Central Time, Mars will square Pluto. Pluto retrograding, right, in Aquarius. That Leo moon is going to trine Chiron, sextile Venus, and square Uranus over the course of the rest of the day. So most of the day's energy is set before you wake up. Those transits happen in the wee hours overnight. So just be ready, right? And remember that Pluto is retrograde. So that absolutely creates the energy of the intention, the intensity, and the action of this aspect, right? It drives it inward. The fixed sign energy too absolutely might make any progress that you feel like you could make or that you had been making. It might grind it to a halt, and that's okay, right? The moon, Venus, and Chiron have a lovely trining energy that actually creates some really nice supporting energy. Constantly be in reminder to yourself that telling your own healed story, right, creating that healed and highest narrative absolutely can diffuse some of the combustible parts of this Mars-Pluto square. So focus on what you can do, right, to create your own deepest sense of home in your own heart and in your own soul. And as many times as you need to, remind yourself that the collective is just a projection of your own inner peace, right? Focus on that. Remind yourself of that. On Wednesday, the 12th, that Leo moon is going to quincunx Neptune in Pisces. And then that moon moves into Virgo. That Virgo moon is going to quincunx Pluto, trine Mars. Mercury in Gemini will square Saturn later in the morning, and then that Virgo moon is going to square Jupiter. So this is a day where you may experience things like frustration, nitpicking, doubt and self-doubt. They may be surrounding you. They might be in your own ears, and they might be coming from external sources. So do your level best to stay calm and in awareness of your reality, right? Check any tendencies to lean into anything that looks or feels like illusion. And remember that when nonsense calls you, those calls are most often coming from inside the house. On Thursday, the 13th, that Gemini sun will sextile Chiron overnight. Thank you. That Virgo moon is going to oppose Saturn. Mercury will sextile Chiron, and the Virgo moon will sextile Chiron also, or I'm sorry, quincunx Chiron, and then square Mercury. So Thursday, honestly, it's another day of that self-deprecating energy. So make sure that you keep yourself moving on your to-do list, right? Create that space of function and let it overshadow any tendency of coulda, shoulda, woulda, right? That may help to silence that tape that is playing, because that won't be very productive. And I mean, that's all right. So let that take up the space. A key might be to have some easy self-care remedies available. Just kind of cue them up so that on Thursday, should you end up in that headspace, you can put those into action. And do not feel backward about disappearing early, going to bed early, or just in general calling it a day when you're done, as opposed to waiting until later. On Friday, the 14th of June, that Virgo moon is going to square the sun and Venus, trine Uranus. The sun in Gemini will conjunct Mercury. The moon will oppose Neptune, and then in the afternoon the moon moves into Libra. That Libra moon is going to trine both Pluto and Jupiter and quincunx Mars. So on Friday, allow yourself to come up for air. It's been kind of a long lead up and a long week of self-minding, right? So you get a little day to breathe for just a little bit, and if your progress feels a little bit stunted, stop and take a look back over the week and congratulate yourself for all the places you chose self-regulation. Give yourself that pat on the back, right? It's a big deal. And here's the deal. Spread that out. Like, make sure that you're sharing that well done with the people in your life who've done a good job. It will not only feel good to them to have that noticed, but it will feel good to you to be the person who noticed, right? Always a good thing. On Saturday, the 15th, there are no major aspects. So we really need kind of that day to create a little bit of elbow room. So go ahead, regroup, right? Rest, restock, whether that's like literally or figuratively. Just restock yourself. It's a day where you get to make it whatever you want. So make it amazing, right? Or whatever you want. On Sunday, the 16th, the Libra moon will quincunx both Saturn and Uranus. It will oppose Chiron, trine the sun, and Venus in Gemini will square Neptune. Here's the deal. On Sunday, which is Father's Day, also, if you're a celebrator, make sure that you are minding absolutely any addictive tendencies of yours and of the people around you. Relationships might feel rocky. They might feel conflicted. Keep your own self in check, right? And understand that escape, and we're air quoting, that escape is not the peace that you're looking for. So instead, manage yourself and manage your reactivity in the best way that you can. Focus on really regulating yourself and choosing to cope in healthy ways. You can tell that new story Whether you do or not is up to you. So you get to choose. All right, let's talk. On Monday, the 10th of June, we have the 5 of Cups, the Knight of Swords. We talk about this as slowing your roll, minding the caution tape, and knowing that you have plenty of charm, right? The 5 of Cups really creates a situation where you're looking back at something and dragging something forward with you. You're ignoring the blessing that you have in the present for the remembrance or the memory or the shadow of something that happened in the past, something that hurt you. You have the opportunity to move forward, right? So if you can translate this to caution, the Knight of Swords quite often wants to shoot off at the mouth, right? We talked about this. You have charm available. Make sure that you're not being manipulative. Make sure you're not utilizing agenda, right? Just be real, be present. Choose to be present as opposed to dragging something up from the past and making that a weapon, okay? On Tuesday, you have the 3 of Pentacles and the 6 of Wands. This is kind of, honestly, lovely energy. Even though this is that Mars-Pluto square day. So here's the deal. We're taking that as internal work, right? Mars-Pluto square in fixed energy. And what we talked about was even if your progress, your perceived progress, feels slow, take that as the victory that it is, right? You get to choose your own narrative. And if you're choosing, this is what I'm doing, this is how I'm doing it, this is what I'm going to do, this is my choice, right? This is my choice. And you can utilize that fixed sign power, because that's what it is, right? This Mars squaring Pluto, that's a lot of power available to you. And if you put it to use in the proper way, right, which is to further your learning, to further your function, to further the things that you're trying to create in your life, guess what? That is a victory, right? And just keep reminding yourself, this is what I can do right now. This is what I can do. This is how I can function. And in that self-regulation, right, in any kind of combustible energy, you get to harness that and utilize it as a source of power. Yeah, you can do it. And I'm here to tell you, you're going to hear a lot of things about that Mars-Pluto square. Take it for what it is. Take it for an invitation to create your own arrangement of power, right? You can. You can, or you can throw it out into the universe and say, oh, it's about aggression. Well, I might disagree. Anyway, on Wednesday, we have the 10 of Pentacles and the Hierophant. So this is a beautiful day of legacy. Again, we talk about this as if you're in proper regulation, if you're harnessing and utilizing the power that's available to you, there's nothing you can't accomplish. If you're looking at your own self-examined life and creating it as something that will be your legacy, okay, right? We talked about this as the day where there might be a little bit of nitpicking. Why are you doing it that way? A little bit of self-doubt. Wait, this is, oh, that's something new that needs to be, well, no. What you're doing is creating your legacy, right? We're choosing to avoid illusion and remembering that sometimes what we tell ourselves, that those things that have been programmed within us aren't necessarily true. And it's our job to forge our legacy out of our truth, not someone else's, right? Question it all. Question it all. You can do it. On Thursday, the Sun and the Ace of Swords. Heck yeah. So we talked about focusing on your to-do list, right? Making sure that any coulda, shoulda, woulda gets the boot. We're not interested in that. We're going to make sure that we're creating our story, that we're making sure that we have plenty of self-care available to us, and every new idea that comes in gets recognized for what it is, potential, right? Potential. You don't have to put it into action, but you have to recognize it, right? You don't have to use it as a sword that is a weapon. You can put it to use in creation, right? Energy is energy, and the way that you choose to perceive and utilize that energy is always up to you. That's what this energy is teaching us right now, right? We have Pluto moving into Aquarius in retrograde, going to go back into Capricorn. Are you sure? Are you sure this is what you want to do? Why, yes, yes it is. On Friday, we have Death in the Six of Swords. Boy, moving away from something, right? Moving to something better, always, always, always. Coming back up for air, right? Allowing ourselves to breathe, checking our progress, right? Checking our progress and making sure that we know that all this work we've been doing in terms of really functioning in terms of our self-regulation gets an atta-girl, gets an atta-boy, right? Make sure that you're finding those around you who are also facilitating their own regulation. Talk about how it feels to be moving forward, to be transforming, to becoming better, becoming more, right? Check on that. Recognize it and understand that what we're moving away from is just what we're moving away from, right? Focusing on what we're moving toward, right? Absolutely. Always. On Saturday, again, we have no major aspects. So we've got the Two of Pentacles, the High Priestess. Well, you know, it's kind of a day of juggling. It's a day of grounding. It's a day of really focusing on your intuition, because this is a day that is whatever you choose to make it, right? Restock. Juggle your stuff. Oh, okay. Be in awareness. Have some meditation. Have some quiet time. Take the space for breath. Take the space for assessment. Take the space for all of those things and be okay with it, right? Have a self-check day. Beautiful. And in the midst of all of this, we earn that. On the 16th. Well, we've got Nine of Cups. We've got Nine of Wands. Nine of Cups says, this is my emotional state, right? I'm good. I'm good. I've created it. I witness that my emotional state is that which I've called in, right? Absolutely. Nine of Wands says, how's it going for you? What do you want to do with this? Is this where you want to be? And every single thing is yours for the choosing, right? We want to make sure, though, that on this day we're minding our addictive tendencies. We're not saying yes just because we've always said yes in the past. We're making sure that anything that comes forward that feels a little conflicted, that feels a little rocky, we are going to make sure that we're choosing how we cope, not just our old ways, right? 100% manage yourself, manage your reactivity, focus on all of the healthy ways, right? This is a 9. This is the number of learning, right? We have learned. What we've learned is that this doesn't feel so great and this does. So tell that story. It's 100% up to you. We have Be More. So again, we talk about this as that energy that creates the space. Be more, right? Here I am. I know what I'm going to tell myself so that I can move forward, right? I'm not just going to spiral. I'm not just going to keep walking in circles. I'm not just going to keep doing the things that I've done because I've always done them. No, I'm going to choose based on my highest and my best and see where that leads me. It's important. We have Your Inner Light Will Guide You. I love this deck, right? It's so sweet. Let's see what that oracle has to say. All right. Number 15. Light your own torch now. And use this inner light to guide you on the path. Your inner light will illuminate the stony ground, the loose rocks, the thorns, and the ditches along the way. Keep your inner light burning bright and trust the story unfolding beneath your feet. No one else can light the way. It is the light in your heart that will give you the greatest guidance when all else falls into darkness. You may feel utterly alone at present, but know that others can see your light and the way you are showing. The torch that you bear will become the light that inspires others to step out of the crowd and follow the radiance of their soul. You are a way shower. You are a way shower. Do you know why? Because not everyone has the capacity to do the work. Not everyone has the capacity to self-regulate, to choose how to manage and navigate the path that's being laid before you. Not everyone has the capacity or the capability to witness that what's going on is available for you, right? To understand that not only is your inner light guiding you, but it's guiding you toward home at every step, right? This is your legacy, to be here, to be the way shower, to be the one who's working on facilitation, right? Both of yourself and of those around you, simply by being an example. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to drag people along, right? All you have to do is find that light and shine. Everyone will be able to witness it on their own, right? So again, this Mars-Pluto square, yes, it is a big aspect. But with Pluto in retrograde, the action is within. Go deeper within every single time. Understand that the universe is giving you all of these clues, all of these pointers, all of this emphasis on how and when and why to move, so that you can figure it out, so that you can blaze that trail, right? Allowing that inner light to guide you. All you have to do is trust it, right? Trust it. All right, guys, it's a big week. Focus on your own personal self-regulation, because the external may be challenging this week. So let that Pluto-Mars square drive you into your heart, where you belong to begin with, right? That's where all the real work has to take place, first and foremost. Take care, guys. Be blessed.